Atlantic City is opening doors for employment opportunities. Cumberland County unveils its modern career-oriented high school that will offer more choices for Cumberland County high schoolers. And the National Association of Hispanic Nurses brings an important health topic. It's all here on this week's Latino Motion. Please join us.
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University. Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas. Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias, and thank you for joining us today. Atlantic City is opening doors for employment opportunities. And here to talk about the city's proactive engagement in this front is Eric Reynolds. Eric, you're the Director for the Mayor's Employment and Jobs Training. And of course, I know you as a personal friend and someone that's been around for a very long time in this field. You're also the department head for the Atlantic County, the Division of Social Services. And before that, you were the person that was looking to employ Atlantic City residents when the Borgata opened. So I remember I was part of that initiative, and then you worked at the Borgata for a while, and here you have a new home working with the mayor trying to get jobs for Atlantic City residents primarily. Tell me a little bit about that initiative.
Okay. Actually, the initiative started in about a month after the mayor was elected, back in December 2013. He reached out to me. He was very concerned about the unemployment rate in Atlantic City. It was the highest, excuse me, in the county. It was 20%. And he wanted to sit down, talk with me to see if we could come up with some type of a program to alleviate the problem. And we spoke, we got together for a few months. In March of 2014, we went to CRDA. We presented our program, and a few months later, they approved a grant to fund the program. It took a while for us to receive the funding, but by January 2015, we were up and running. The only caveat was that during that time, 4 casinos closed in the interim. Right. So we quickly had to revise our plan. The plan was strictly for chronically unemployed Atlantic City residents. We were going to do job readiness training, job skills training, incorporate or integrate social services to get individuals back into jobs. Well, we had to sort of rethink that. We had like 4,000 Atlantic County residents that lost their jobs in the casinos. So we started to adopt a philosophy of rapid reemployment. I sat down, I spoke with Joe Kelly, who's the executive director of the Great Atlantic City Chamber. And we thought about it and we said, well, there are a lot of training programs out there, but who's contacting businesses to bring them on board to hire individuals? So
the training programs are there, but the job placement obviously wasn't there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, Eric, tell me a little bit about what this initiative does that perhaps the One Stop or the Work Investment Board is not able to do.
Well, we actually collaborate with the One Stop, but what we decided to do was to take advantage of what the New Jersey Department of Labor and Workforce Development offers these incentives. There are about 5 different funding streams that will offer incentives to employers called on-the-job training grants to give them up to $10,000 per unemployed individual that they hire. So we started to reach out to, well, first of all, we decided as opposed to having employment specialists and training instructors and so forth, We wanted job developers. We wanted people who could go out into all over Atlantic County, speak to the businesses, market these on-the-job training incentives, and we've been very successful at that.
And of course, the Chamber was helpful in opening up some of those doors to some of their member organizations as well.
They had 700 members as part of their organization. And the one thing that really helped us, in addition to the CRDA grant that we received, but Atlantic City Electric Exelon, when they had their merger, also gave us a grant.
Well, the merger's isn't there yet, but part of that discussion, there was a grant issued by Atlantic City Electric to help that effort as well.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about some of the success that you've had.
Well, we've, since March, when we actually kicked off the program, we've managed to put 300 individuals into jobs, 300 of them, 35, and I have some demographics I put down here, 35 African-American, 25 Latino, 25% Latino, 35% African-American, 17% Asian, 20% Caucasian, and
it sounds like the representation of Atlantic City pretty much.
well, it's very ethnically diverse.
Right.
And what we did was we marketed, we had two sides to this program. We have the employer side, obviously, reaching out to them. But to reach out to the various neighborhoods, we did our marketing in all of the languages that are represented in those communities.
Now, I know one of the things that you've also done is kind of be the one-stop in Atlantic City when new businesses are opening. We do have the call center at the Claridge. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we reached out to, actually the call center individuals came to us. They told us about their plan. We told them about the various incentives that were available to them to hire some of the dislocated casino workers. They're looking to hire, at the time they said about 332 individuals. They were going to do that in phases. So the first phase is actually happening now. The call center will have its ribbon cutting next Thursday, actually, the 29th, I believe. Out of the first 50 people, our collaborative placed 20 into the call center.
So that's a very, very good success story, and it will continue to develop. Any other that you have in the works right now?
Well, we've reached out to about 75 businesses so far. We've managed to have them receive 25 on-the-job training contracts, each worth $10,000. We're also working with, there are about 25 projects that are on the books for Atlantic City.
Eric, tell me a little bit about if someone is interested in linking up to get help, basically, from you and get in place. What would they need to do?
The key would be to contact me. I'm in Suite 706 in City Hall. I can be reached at area code 609-347-5400. Call me. I will set up an appointment with our job developers, and we will sit down with you, explain the program, do all of your paperwork. It's about a 12-day turnaround to get this in place.
Well, Eric, really appreciate this, and certainly as you get more calls for employment in Atlantic City, feel free to share that with us. We'd love to post that here on the show and the program to help more residents get employed.
Great. Thank you.
Now, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. Cumberland County has unveiled its modern, career-oriented high schools that will offer more choices for Cumberland County high schoolers. Joining me is Dina Elliott. She is a doctor, Dina Elliott, and she is the superintendent of schools. Welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you for having me, Bert. I appreciate this opportunity.
I recently saw the presentation of the new high school, which is very impressive. It's not just the fact that you're building a new building, but it's also a different model than what we used to with a technical school. And just for the record, the name of the school is the Cumberland County Technical Education Center. So it's not the voc tech or vocational school title that we're used to. Tell me a little bit about that change.
That is correct. This takes a whole new meaning to vocational education as we've known it, not only in the state of New Jersey, but in the nation. Career and technical education is providing multiple pathways for students, not only into a career with a credential and the workforce, but also preparing them for college and opportunities in post-secondary institutions.
So traditionally, I know when you have a vocational school, at least when I went to high school, you had a choice of staying in the high school or going into, for the last 2 years, you were able to go to a vocational school, learn carpentry, mechanical, et cetera. So this is completely different.
Correct. We are going to have the traditional career tracks that you would normally expect in a vocational school, but we put a spin on it so it prepares them also for college. So a student has the ability to walk out with their high school diploma, a credential that it makes them employable, and also college credits.
Oh, so this opportunity to earn college credits. Is this similar to AP classes, or how's that?
AP classes will be part of the program of study track, but all of the students will have some advanced credits. Law enforcement has 15 credits right now as a share time institution. So the sky's the limit as far as the credit potentials, with not only the county college that we're part of the campus of, but also Stockton University, Rowan University, a lot of different partnerships there.
You're in that triad, if you will, with the college, and also the WIP board is now located there. So it's careers, not only the training, but also the placement for jobs, et cetera. And now the vocational school joins there. So it's a very nice fit, to say the least.
We're very fortunate not only to have this new building, but also the placement is so strategic to workforce and economic development for our county. So having the Cumberland County College and the CWED building brand new, kind of flanked by Inspira Medical Center, which is one of our major employers in the county, it just makes for this really nice partnership. The triangle of opportunity, as a lot of our county residents and our freeholders have said. And putting that synergy together and allowing students and adults to have that ability to move between all of those agencies.
The demand for careers has kind of changed, and we know that you mentioned Inspira nursing, and we know that it used to be you could go to vocational school, get your LPN. You couldn't get your RN. You had to go to the local college, to the community college to get your RN. But now preparing students for the career, not only in nursing, but also getting them college ready is very important, because now really for nursing, a four-year degree is really the way to go.
Absolutely. And we're going to use nursing as an example, as a wonderful example. Our students will come out with a certificate, say certified nursing assistant, and then they can take those college credits that they have in their back pocket and pursue the RN, or even go to medical school to become a doctor, physical therapist, physician's assistant. So it gives them all of those opportunities, but also makes them employable the minute they graduate high school.
Tell me about some other career readiness that you will also be providing.
We are going to be starting a new engineering program, which will be new to CC Tech, as well as a new communications and graphic design program. So those, again, are two opportunities that not only will give them credentials for workforce readiness, but also advanced post-secondary opportunities. And we will have automotive technology, carpentry, construction trades, as well as culinary, cosmetology. So again, making them employable, but also giving them those college credits. So down the road, if they decide to go back, they have college credits in a transcript.
Yeah, we often see, particularly I know with a lot of Latinos that are coming out of high school are really career ready. This will emphasize that career readiness.
Absolutely. And I'm going to use cosmetology as a really nice example. Our students will have that credential so that they can go to a salon and work their way up. But maybe they want to start their own salon and business down the road. They may have business courses that they can call upon and then go and advance their career by going back to college and opening a business. So it's this wonderful opportunity for a lot of different options for our students.
And obviously, it's a new modern buildings, and it's beautiful. The renderings I see is very beautiful. Tell me who qualifies to go to this new high school, and what are the requirements?
Absolutely. All Cumberland County residents who are currently seated in 8th grade in the variety of middle schools throughout the county are eligible to apply. They can come to an information session, and we have 4 that are remaining up until December. And once they come to that information session, they will receive an application afterwards. They apply to our school, and if they're successful throughout the process, then in March they'll be notified of their acceptance. We also will have adult programming, which we currently offer, but the adult programming will move towards the evening. So there are a lot of opportunities, and I encourage all residents of Cumberland County to contact us via our webpage, www.cctechnj.org.
That's an important thing, that if you happen to be unemployed or underemployed, you can go right there to the CWIT and get not only information, but also possibly financing and being able to go to the vocational school.
Absolutely. As an adult, we have a lot of partnerships with the CWED, and again, being in such close proximity now, it's going to open up a lot of doors for our adult population.
So let's give out the website. There's a website so the parents who have 8th graders now could start researching the school, what they need to do. Absolutely.
The website is www.cctechnj.org.
We'll make sure we put that up on the screen. If you have an 8th grader, in Cumberland County, it's a great opportunity to look at some options for the high school.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Nina. Really appreciate the time, and looking forward to the ribbon cutting. The school will be opening for September of 2016, so it's going to be a good day.
Absolutely, and coming quite quickly, so we're really excited.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with my next guest here on Latino Motion. Hola, my name is Bert Lopez, and I'm on the set of the public affairs television program, Latino Motion, located at the beautiful campus of Stockton University. It is here in this modern, high-definition studio that we tape our weekly 30-minute television program. Latino Motion highlights issues impacting the local South Jersey Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions by Latinos to our society. As executive producer and host of Latino Motion, I'm proud to announce our partnership with the National Association of Hispanic Nurses, the Garden State chapter. This partnership will assure consistent outreach to our South Jersey community on important health topics. I want to thank Elena Cuetro, president of the Garden State chapter, for helping to advance this partnership. Working together to strengthen our community is how collaboration wins. Bienvenidos and best wishes to the members of the National Association of Hispanic Nurses.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. I'm happy to once again have a representative from the National Association of Hispanic Nurses to bring us this month's health topic. Deanna Torres, welcome to Latino Motion, and it's the National Association of Hispanic Nurses, and it's the Garden State chapter.
Right.
Correct? So welcome once again to Latino Motion. One of the things that we see during NFL games is the wearing of the pink. So it is, October is Cancer Awareness Month. Tell me a little bit about what the association is doing to bring awareness to our communities, particularly Latino community.
Right. Our main thing is to really bring out education to the Hispanic community, as well as resources and availability for resources. We provide educational sessions, and we're often getting involved with different organizations to really bring out to them things that they need as far as like the education, and letting them know that there's resources out there if they lack any resources. And also because the health disparities are really big among our community, we really want to get them the help that they need.
Let's talk a little bit about the health disparity. Tell me what the data shows in terms of the disparity with cancer, particularly breast cancer, for Latino women versus non-Latino women.
Right. Well, what they found is that we have the lowest incidence of breast cancer compared
So
to
that's the good news.
white non-Hispanics
Right.
and African Americans, but we have the highest death rate for cancer, and it's the number one leading cause of death among Hispanic women,
Wow.
which
So-
is very sad.
So what's the factors there attributing to that?
The main factors is that by the time women get tested, because they have symptoms, the cancer is very advanced in stages, so the treatments are not as effective, and the prognosis is really low. So we really need to get our community and our women, and also men, because breast cancer is also affecting men, to get out there and get tested. And preventative care is a must. They recently changed the guidelines,
Yeah,
and
it used to be once every 2 years or something like that.
there seems to be some sort of confusion, and
Okay.
it's important for people to understand that these guidelines were changed for people with low risk of cancer. However, if you have a mutation or breast cancer is it's big in your family, then these would not apply to you. So you really need to follow your doctor's orders and go by what they tell you to do. So for people with low risk, originally they wanted you to get tested after the age of 40, and then every year up until the age of 55. Now they're saying 45, and they get tested yearly up to the age of 54, and then thereafter every 2 years if you have no symptoms.
So the prime age range is 45.
45 to 54
To 54.
yearly, and then after the age of 54, if you have no symptoms, then you would get it every 2 years. And there's a lot of factors that play into that. So, like I said, if your family has a high risk and you have a lot of people with breast cancer or any other cancer, then these guidelines really don't apply to you.
So if you are at high risk, if you will, is
Right.
once a year sufficient?
Or every 6 months, whatever the doctor tells you, then that's what you should really follow.
What are some of the symptoms that we should be aware of, particularly the women in that age range?
Right. The main symptoms are changes in skin color of the breast, any lumps, any discharge from the nipple, or any dimpling or indentation of the nipple. Really, people need to get to know themselves and to know their bodies, and any changes that they know that may seem like they're not comfortable with, they should always go to the doctor and find out, because it's better to be safe than sorry. So if you feel like there's something that's going on and you're not sure about, don't wait, don't hesitate, just do it, just so that you have that mind, that peace of mind that you're okay.
Now, obviously, in the Latino community, perhaps accessibility for medical care and just being able to do regular doctor's visit is more of a luxury for some folks. What's the main message we need to give to those individuals about how critical it is to get those regular examinations?
My main message is really, get out there and get tested, get what you need done. Your priority should be your health. The last thing you should be concerned about is the bills, even though it is a burden. But there's organizations out there that really help the community and give free testing, monthly testing, and things like that, like the Susan G. Komen Foundation, the American Breast Cancer Foundation. And they really come out, especially during the month of October, to do free testing for people and screening.
So we'll make sure we put up some of those websites on our screen, and also the phone numbers, because it's important to reach out, particularly. And one of the other problems in the Latino community is that they don't always have a primary care physician.
Right.
And certainly it's important that you get regular health checks as well.
Health checks, right.
Oh, it's great having you on the show, and certainly you just had a very successful convention up in North Jersey. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend. One of the important things is getting more Latinos like yourself into nursing. You yourself are an RN, a BSN RN, and you weren't born here. You were born in Colombia, correct?
Right.
You came here and were able to
At the
pursue
age of 12. Excuse me, right. So and we're very involved in that. We gave out 5 scholarships to nursing students to really promote nursing and help them out because they really need the money. So, you know, be on the lookout for us. We're out there. We're really encouraging everybody to, you know, keep in touch with us so that they see what we have going on because we're trying to help everybody.
And certainly you're a good example because, like I mentioned, you immigrated to this country at age 12.
Right.
Yet you were able to go and get your bachelor's degree in nursing. And exactly what do you do now in the nursing field?
So I work in Mount Sinai in one of the city hospitals, and I work in a med-surg acute rehab. Acute inpatient rehab unit.
And you find this to be a rewarding career, correct?
Absolutely. If I could do it again, I would do it all over again. And it's hard, and you know, it's financially, it's expensive, but it's so worth it. So rewarding, and I have no regrets. So I encourage everybody who has the thought and wants to do it to go ahead and go for it.
Well, thank you for sharing that because you're an excellent example that we need to stick with that dream, if you will, and the career path that you selected.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you for joining us here again on Latino Motion, and thank you for joining us at home once again on Latino Motion.
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.